Hello everyone, welcome and thank you very much for joining me here on IPO Market Watch. It's a beautiful Sunday. I hope that you have had a great weekend. And with that being said, let's get ready for the week coming up. I have two things I want to talk to you about in this video, and well, it's two stocks. The one company that I want to talk to you about is SoundHound. What's next? What's going on, right, with this stock? A lot of people are already in it, some already really profitable. If you've been following this channel, then you had plenty of opportunities to learn about SoundHound, possibly get in if you liked it, if you did your own research and liked it, and you would have been up over 100% right now. And I'll show you what I mean. And the second company, guys, that I want to talk to you about is a company that received yesterday in the dark pool about 35, if I remember, we'll see, about $35 million, right? And somebody bought $35 million worth of this stock. It's a $12 stock, which drew my attention a lot because usually in the dark pool, guys, you don't really see many times the big institutions, the elite, going after massive amounts like 35 million same day, March 1st. So it was on March 1st. On a $12 stock, you usually don't see that. They're always going after very well-established companies, very well, and stocks that are trading in higher than $50 a share and so on. But yeah, so this one, this is an established company too. So it's $12, but it is very, very legit, and you probably know them. All right, so let's go on with the first stock. If you have been following this YouTube channel at least the past 7 months, then you probably saw my SoundHound video. This was a video right here, as you can see, this one right here, which was made 7 months ago. I said, although SoundHound stock could be one of the ultimate growth stock stories, it may cease to exist if this happens. That was a video I made 7 months ago, and in a way, that was a prophecy of what was to come. Think about it. I did say 7 months ago, this could be one of the ultimate growth stocks. And so far, it is very well pointing towards that direction. Also, if you focus, guys, on the thumbnail that I used, and I did that on purpose, the thumbnail said, SoundHound, will this be Google's next target? That was also something very interesting, to be honest, and I give myself credit. I was off. It was, I thought Google would acquire them, and that didn't turn out to be the case. But in a way, I was right, because I had my mindset that, you know what, and for all the reasons that I explained in that video, the SoundHound has a lot of potential, good technology, something's going on with this small cap stock. I think Google might acquire them, or it would make sense to acquire them. I was off on the Google part, but you know what? Now we realized in 2024, when they released through SEC filings and finally showed the world that NVIDIA had invested in them. So I was right to think that some big $1 trillion market cap company would be interested. I thought it was Google, but I guess not. It was NVIDIA. So it was on February 15, 2024, when I said to my Discord members that I'm going to buy SoundHound at 318. I ended up selling it just a week later on February 23, 2024 at 396. It was a good gain, not bad, but hey, I missed out on a lot more. I sold it on February 23, 2024 because I wanted to get into something else, and I thought that SoundHound would eventually drop again and I'll get back in, which never happened, but whatever. So guys, SoundHound today is at $6.07, but it had gone up to as high as $7.55 just a few trading sessions ago. The question that I get the most from people is, what's next? What's going on with this stock now? Are we going back towards the $3, or is this headed much higher? This, to be honest, is a question that I can't answer it right now, and I will give you my answer. You might not like the answer because there's two things. There's two parts with SoundHound. The potential, such as this year, AI is the hype. So, with AI being the hype in the market, you can go a lot higher, right? Look at Dell when it came out with earnings, mentioned AI stuff, and the stock exploded like crazy. So with the potential and with the current trend of the AI hype, we can see SoundHound go higher. But in reality, guys, SoundHound has a market cap that does not express or represent the financial data of the company. So in the latest earnings report, SoundHound AI reports record quarter with 80% Q4 revenue growth to $17.1 million. Adjusted EBITDA improved by 80% year over year in Q4. Now that was Q4, not the whole year, just Q4, 17 million bucks. Currently, SoundHound has a $1.5 billion market cap. It doesn't represent that, to be honest. But I'm not bearish on SoundHound. I'm just saying that right now at this moment, this is what's going on. Of course, the stock can still go higher. So this was a breakthrough year in which SoundHound rapidly integrated powerful new generative AI capabilities. Our real-world voice AI applications are already live and driving consumer engagement across vehicles, devices, and customer service businesses, said the CEO of the company. Combined cumulative subscriptions and booking backlog customer metric grew to $661 million, up 2 times compared to the prior year. I'm not going to get into a deep dive for SoundHound. You can watch my previous video about that. But the thing is, going forward, the stock itself has 2 dilemmas. One is that it shows already fast improvement and acceleration in its financial data towards the positive side. But at this point, whatever financial data is on paper, on record, does not represent and does not match with the current market cap of the stock. It's either the stock will eventually, within the next 2 or 3 months, end up going higher, or the stock within the next 3 months have a major correction. So because of the valuation part being off, but the potential being on the positive side, we have to treat SoundHound on a case-by-case basis. If you are to get into the SoundHound stock, or you are going to get into the stock, always be on top of it. Be on top of the news, be on top of the earnings, right? And that's just how it's going to go. But here's something that could actually be a catalyst for the stock to go higher in the short term, and that is that SoundHound AI will participate in Citizens JMP Technology Conference on March 4th. Obviously, that's positive, and you never know what they might say, and maybe they might say something that is picked up on the news or whatever. Okay, guys, so now on to the next stock, the second stock I want to talk to you about, which is actually very interesting, and I'll tell you at the end of the video what I think and how I would trade it and how I believe that I can make profit on this, right? So I'll show you how I would do that. The dark pool, guys, is basically a private exchange for the lead to trade in big blocks, so it doesn't affect the sentiment of the market, if that makes any sense, or if it even sounds legal to you, which it is. But let me read it to you in a better way so you can understand what the dark pool is. Dark pool allows investors to trade without any public exposure until the trade is executed and cleared. By the way, they are anonymous also, so we don't know who it was behind the dark pool and what their intentions were. If it was, for a day trade, short term, whatever, we don't know. But it is a tool, though. It is a tool that does help. It does help if you learn to use it, in my opinion. It really does help. I have personally been able to make some really good trades using the dark pool, and the dark pool is obviously available in my Discord. If you want to join us, the link will be in the comment section below. So yesterday, guys, at 6:21 p.m. Eastern Time on March 1st, 2024, we received a dark pool trade alert for ticker symbol HBAN. The size was 2.3 million shares at $12.95. It was a buy, and it was worth $30.3 million. Again, we get another dark pool trade. This was actually earlier at 3:17 p.m. Eastern Time, March 1st, 2024, where somebody spent $5.7 million to buy the same ticker, HBAN, right? For at the price of $12.92. What is going on? Why are they spending nearly $36 million, right? They spent $36 million to buy that stock at around $12.95. Huntington Bank, guys, in the after hours closed at $12.97. Does that mean that on Monday, when the stock market opens, the stock is going to explode? No, it's not a tech stock, so I don't really expect. It's not an AI stock. It's a bank stock. It's a regional bank, right? But still, the buy was really big in my opinion. It was actually interesting to find out that on February 27, 2024, D.A. Davidson upgraded Huntington Bank shares to a buy from neutral, as the regional lender is well positioned, they say, for a higher for longer interest rate environment thanks to its asset-sensitive balance sheet, according to analyst Peter Winter. If you've been following along the regional banking sector, then you know just recently, a few days ago, ticker symbol NYCB. That stock plummeted. NYCB stock plummets as bank replaces CEO, cites material weakness. But there is a big difference with NYCB and ticker symbol HBAN, and that is that Huntington Bank is actually a much better stock and a much better company than NYCB. So looking at the revenue for the company, guys, in 2023 they had $6.9 billion, 2022 was $6.9 billion, and before that a lot less. We can look at gross profit, that's also doing well, and the net income is on a positive side, ending at $1.9 billion positive on 2023. But here's a fun fact: if you had put $100 in 2018 on the S&P 500 or $100 in ticker symbol HBAN, right? Which one would have done better? Well, $100 in the S&P 500 would have done better. It's no surprise. But HBAN did not do bad either. Here we can see your $100. What would have happened if you would have put it in green, the HBAN stock, or red, the S&P 500? So $100 in 2018 in HBAN would still be worth $136 in 2023. Like I said, it's just for a fun fact to know, but it does prove a point though, that even HBAN wouldn't have been a bad stock. Their 2023 fourth quarter financial performance, the deposit growth was actually positive 1% quarter over quarter, or 2.7% year over year, which is pretty cool. And the loan growth went from 0.4% quarter over quarter. Overall year over year is 2% positive. We can also see, guys, that the average deposit increased by $1.5 billion quarter over quarter. Taking a look at loans and leases, loan growth optimized for return, for positive return. There are challenges in the banking sector. Not everything is perfect, but ticker symbol HBAN, in my opinion, is a very robust company. The company reported solid earnings. They had notable improvements in return on tangible common equity and strong focus on maintaining liquidity. They have positive trends in deposits and loans, as I showed you earlier in some slides, coupled with proactive approach to managing the expenses. And according to management in the latest earnings, they said that they are seeing accelerated growth for 2024. In my opinion, I would trade the stock as a buy right now at $12.97 or below, right? So if Monday opens and the stock goes down because of general market conditions, I would actually be super happy to see that. Super excited to get it at a lower price. And so for me, it is a buy, but I would sell it at 14 to 15 US dollars. Do you think that the dark pool information was enough to think about getting into this to sell it $1-2 per share higher, or it's a stock that we should not get into at all? Let me know in the comment section below what your opinions are, and I wish you guys all the best. Thank you very much for watching this video, and take care.